The year was 1905, and the sea around the Hebrides raged like a living beast. Off the coast stood Carrick Point Lighthouse, a stone tower battered by storms for nearly a century. Its keeper, Angus MacLeod, was a man as weathered as the rocks beneath his feet. Known for his solitude and devotion to the lamp that guided ships away from the jagged reefs, he had served there 20 years, never missing a single night's duty. One morning, after a storm that howled till dawn, Angus was found dead on the spiral staircase that led up to the lantern room. His body lay crumpled as if from a fall, yet there was something wrong. His face was twisted in terror, eyes wide, mouth frozen open as though he had seen something unspeakable. The island's sole constable at first suspected an accident, but when Angus's assistant swore the outer door had been bolted from the outside that night, questions began to rise. Detective Inspector Alistair Rennie was dispatched from Glasgow, ferried across waves that nearly capsized his boat. He climbed the lighthouse steps with caution, the storm still muttering outside. In Angus's study he found the keeper's logbook, open to the final page. The handwriting was scrawled, hurried. "The light is not of the sea, it watches me. I hear it whisper when the fog rolls in." The ink trailed off mid-sentence. Rennie examined the staircase. The railing was sturdy, no sign of a slip. The bruises on Angus's head suggested he had fallen. But why? The lamp above still burned, its flame steady. He inspected the lantern room. The glass panes were clean, the great lens polished. But on the metal frame he noticed a smear, a dark stain, sticky and strange. The assistant, young Ewan Fraser, trembled as he spoke. He swore he had been asleep in his quarters when Angus died. The storm had rattled the tower, but he had heard no cry. The outer door had remained bolted all night, he insisted, from the outside. Only in the morning did he find it unlatched, Angus already cold on the stairs. Then who locked it? Rennie asked. Ewan had no answer. Suspicion turned toward the fishermen on the nearby isle, some of whom had hated Angus for his stern rules. He forbade them from looting shipwrecks, reporting them to authorities. Had one crept in during the storm to silence him? Yet the bolted door denied the possibility. Unless Angus himself had barred it, but then who opened it after his death? Searching further, Rennie found a drawer in Angus's desk, containing letters tied with twine. They were warnings. Unsigned, "Stop digging where you are not wanted." The light should guide ships, not blind them. And most chilling, you cannot hide the truth of what you saw. The detective realized Angus had uncovered something. But what could a lighthouse keeper discover except the endless sea? The breakthrough came from the lantern itself. That smear on the frame, when tested, was not oil, but tar mixed with a crystalline residue. Rennie recognized it: phosphorus, stolen from naval stores. It was sometimes used in experimental flares, bright but unstable. If ignited improperly, it produced bursts of unnatural green light. Angus's logbook words returned: "The light is not of the sea, it watches me." He had seen a strange signal, not the steady beam of his own lamp. Perhaps another, sent from the cliffs. Rennie questioned the locals more closely. A fisherman, pressed hard, confessed he had seen flashes from Carrick Point on stormy nights. Not the regular sweep of the lighthouse, but coded bursts. He had told no one, fearing reprisal. The detective pieced it together. Someone had been using the lighthouse as cover for secret signals, guiding ships not to safety but into wreckage where contraband could be smuggled ashore. Angus must have discovered the tampering. Perhaps caught his assistant or another man placing phosphorus near the lamp. The final entry in his journal was his attempt to record it before he was silenced. When Rennie confronted young Ewan, the boy broke down. Tears streamed as he confessed. A smuggler's ring had recruited him, promising wealth. His task was simple: alter the lamp on certain nights to send coded flashes offshore, allowing ships to unload in hidden coves. Angus, ever vigilant, discovered the truth. He threatened to report Ewan. In desperation, the boy struck him on the stairs, staging it as a fall. He then bolted the outer door to delay discovery. planning to unbolt it at dawn and feign innocence. But Angus had written in the logbook sooner than expected. Those frantic words sealed his killer's fate. Ewan was taken away, his sobs echoing against the stone walls. The islanders cursed his betrayal, mourning Angus as a man who had given his life to the sea's safety. The lighthouse continued to burn, its flame untarnished. But some whispered that on stormy nights, if you listen closely, you can hear the keeper's boots on the spiral stairs, climbing forever to tend the light. Inspector Rennie closed the logbook and placed it gently on the desk. In his final report he wrote, a man may betray his duty for gold, but the sea keeps no secrets. The waves will always tell the truth, if one dares to listen.